time, most likely Miracle Gaming is going to be leaning more onto Fredrin a bit more. ALVA 8, do they want to waste that ban against the EDIF, or do they risk just picking it up themselves and trying it out? Because not many players do have the experience, and even myself as well. I'm a tank player. I don't play a lot of EDIF. I mostly play the traditional ones like Kufra, Jawhead, Franco, or maybe even Matilda to some degree. So I feel like it's a bit weird to actually be dropping EDIF. Doesn't necessarily become the strongest, but ALVA 8, they do respect it. They will take it out.
Yeah, and one of the crux for game number 1 was that Jirachi completely lost the lane against EDIF, right? We were expecting, both these XP laners had their win condition in the EDIF against Benedetta matchup, but Jirachi just got outclassed, and right now maybe ALVA 8 wants to dampen that pressure, but it gives Jirachi a better lane. But the EDIF ban definitely doesn't solve all the problem. We've seen Prime Hashi go for a more offensive approach with the Dirov. Maybe we will see that offensive matchup. Fanny will still be the ban, but Miracle Gaming, now they will take action. Ban Glue, ban Kaja.
Alright, two very, very annoying pick-off heroes. Franco is something that I think ALVA 8 may consider just banning off, but by doing so, they are going to let the Fredrin slide. They are going to let the potential carry 1-1 as well, but
okay.
Nope. They allow the Fredrin, Miracle Gaming. Do they pick it up for Zukari once again, or do they stick with this Hayabusa? Because we've seen a couple of Hayabusa bans so far in the entire tournament, and I think it's something that they do need to respect, considering how ALVA 8 was struggling with Zukari's Hayabusa in the previous game. So this time, Miracle Gaming, what's it going to be? Is it going to be Fredrin, or is it going to be the Hayabusa?
Even if they take the Fredrin, they can still kind of flex it, right? We've seen Fredrin getting flexed a couple of times, though there is a higher success rate in the jungle thus far in this tournament, but Miracle Gaming now has a plethora of options, and they will stick with the Fredrin. It just gives them a bit more of a branching options to go for.
Oh, seems like it's going to be the Fredrin coming from them. ALVA 8, however, could be bringing in the Moskov for themselves first phase pick. We've seen a lot of Moskovs lately, and ALVA 8 just pretty okay with it, just picking it off just for the sake of just flexing maybe. I'm not exactly sure why these days people are leaning on the Moskov. Still not a personal fan, but out of all the marksman department, I think it does contribute in terms of a lot of attack speed and gives you a little bit more survivability. But Valentina, going to be second one for ALVA 8, pretty no-brainer for them. Miracle Gaming now forced to actually react whether or not do they want to give big ultimates to them. In this case, Lapu Lapu is really good. Fredrin is really good as well. Not big ultimates that can be used as well. Picking Arkai here would be pretty bad for Miracle Gaming, but the Xavier, not a big fan of it. But at the same time, the Dawning Light doesn't necessarily hit hard on the Valentina compared to the Xavier.
Yeah, and this is, you don't normally see that Xavier get first phase, right? So Miracle Gaming, they basically say, you know what, we reveal our core to you, but we keep our marksman hidden. And now ALVA 8, what is the answer? Sure, you can start banning out the marksman, but Miracle Gaming has already amassed decent mid to late game damage that it doesn't really matter what the marksman is going to be. They can easily go back for the Brody if they want to. ALVA 8 just challenging their Lapu with the Benedetta once more. I think we can expect a slightly different dynamic in Game 2 for the XP lane.
Most likely it's going to be the case. However, we've seen this draft coming from Miracle Gaming before. They used the exact same draft to beat again Evo with a little bit of integration, right? They brought in the Xavier, they brought in the Fredrin. These are very, very strong crowd controls. And if you do your homework and due diligence, they might consider bringing in the Claude again just for those combo CCs to try and set up for a team fight. In this case, ALVA 8, do they take the bait? Because as of yet, this Valentina doesn't have a lot of ultimates to actually steal with besides the Dawning Light. Arguably, it's good and all, but the range on a Xavier and the play styles of how Xavier is played is so far back, which oftentimes will force the Valentina to be caught out of position.
I was thinking of Beatrix, now doesn't look too bad of a choice for Miracle Gaming, right? You had that Beatrix. Same thing, you have that AoE and you have just a bit more sustained damage when ALVA 8 finally reviews that tank. And obviously for ALVA 8, they are banning out the Franco. You're just preventing Miracle Gaming from having any catch capability. That was what really shut them down in the previous game. But I just feel like Miracle Gaming has a lot more freedom. And now with the Brody ban, it really does feel like we're looking at either a Melissa or a Beatrix for Miracle Gaming.
Yeah, I agree with the Melissa pickup, but I feel like based on this situation, Miracle Gaming has two options. It's either they go for the Beatrix or they go for the Claude, or even the carry as well if they decide to go for it. But as of yet, ALVA 8 has not have a very tanky composition, right? Benedetta was played a little bit of DPS in the previous game. I think in this scenario, the safest bet right now would be just banning off a potential jungler that can actually outpace the Frederick. In this case, Martis needs to be taken out, and yes, they will do that.
Yeah, it's very smart ban from Miracle Gaming, right? They don't want anyone to really displace them in these fights. Martis very annoying. ALVA 8, pretty much the same approach with that Archive jungle. Once more, giving it another go. But we've seen this interaction. When you have an Archive, it looks good until you see that Xavier, which has a lot of way to really stop you. If you can't get the heavy spin in, it becomes a lot more difficult. And the Melissa comes through from Miracle Gaming. I'm just looking at that Roma potential. It's going to be the Ruby.
Okay, I like the Melissa. Just because of how the go away works as well. The heavy speed can't exactly penetrate and actually punish the Melissa. The Ruby, not so much convincing. It's a little bit disruptive. It does kind of annoys the Valentina if he tries to cut the backlines. It does kind of annoy the Ruby as well. Maybe even the Moskov. But I think this is pretty smart coming from Miracle Gaming. But ALVA 8 now, final pick here. Who's it going to be? Which jungler? Or is it going to be a better... No, sorry. It's going to be an Archive jungler. So
yeah.
Most likely they need another roamer that can actually match against this Ruby. So in this case, do they just back off and just go for Enchanter playstyle? I think it wouldn't be too bad, but they will lose a lot of initiation once again. But okay, they go for the Kufra.
There's not too much options left on the board as well. I was thinking like Kufra, not the best choice, but probably the best out of the worst. I don't see Matilda as an option.
I think
either.
Kufra is just solely so that he can actually go up against Miracle Gaming. Like Ruby doesn't really do well against the Kufra. Once the bossing ball comes in, every single passive ability and every single skill from Ruby is just gonna be so much harder to execute.
Yeah, I feel like this definitely is kind of ALVA 8 don't have much choice, and the Kufra seems to be the safer and the best option for them. Miracle Gaming now, they are the one who looks to be in control of the series and of the draft. But if we've seen anything, we've seen a lot of upsets. So ALVA 8 looking to stay in this tournament by winning game 2. But if they get knocked out, if they lose this one, they will walk away with only $500 US. It's not too bad, but you definitely want more. Game 2 coming up between Miracle Gaming and ALVA 8.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be game number 2, and one of these teams is going to be potentially eliminated for the fight of the prize pool, however, they are still in it for the challenge series, and that's going to be the most important one because that is where the grand prize is on the line. Stick around to find out because this is going to be game number 2, and Miracle Gaming on the blue side and ALVA 8 going to be on the red side. And seems like it is going to be the Archive jungle once again having a very difficult time for game number 1. Game 2, this time without the Franco as well as the Edith. Hopefully, he will have a little bit of a better situation to be in.
Yeah, there's lesser ways to stop him. No Purify on Miracle Gaming, so you're less worried about, the heavy spin just completely being useless in a lot of these team fights. But of course, Miracle Gaming able to secure that some early lane presence and river presence to the bottom side. We see that Xavier with the circle also stopping Vinsmo from getting any sort of engage. This is kind of the scenario that you want to see out of Miracle Gaming, and ALVA 8 are going to try though. Vinsmo just goes in, contesting this orange buff, but Miracle Gaming himself is going to stop it. Can they win the retry wall again this time? Yes, they do. Zion gets the buff.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be the disengage coming from ALVA 8. We've seen this happen from game number 1. It was hit and miss. They didn't exactly work out for ALVA 8 considering they've lost their bodies for this, but this time they're calling everybody to start the fight. Zion, however, very early heavy spin being expended to regret the pickoff, however, is not going to get himself a kill. Meanwhile, Miracle Gaming once again in a very awkward spot. Vinsmo just harassing this Ruby, and smart enough, Ruby not using the passive abilities to move, preventing those mini stunts is gonna help him survive this. Meanwhile, Aaron Shiki is gonna get completely punished, and that's gonna be first blood for Soul Sataru.
A bit of a desync with that dive. Soul Sataru couldn't kill that wave fast enough, so they had to end up giving Zucarian away. And it was first blood. Well, it wasn't first blood for ALVA 8 at least, but ALVA 8 they do get the turtle. So Miracle Gaming, a bit of that missed timing. Nonetheless, though, you're able to slow down Aaron Shiki. Would have been better if Aaron Shiki actually didn't get the kill in return. Now Vinsmo contesting the purple buff again. Zucarian is very far behind Zion. He's looking for another retry steal. Miracle Gaming doing his best to keep Zion in place, and the purple buff I think might have gotten stolen. Zucarian pinned to the wall, can't even use his skills. Zion gets an easy kill.
Exactly. This is huge for ALVA. This is the game plan they wanted to do for game number 1. Didn't exactly go well for them, but this time, with the right circumstances, they've got the driver's seat in their favor, and it's actually allowing them to do what's intended. This time, they will have a huge margin of lead to actually try to make an attempt at this. Meanwhile, Miracle Gaming, they have to play a little bit slow because you can see constant invis towards the jungle. They want to make sure that Zukarin doesn't have the good time right now. They know for a fact that he has been the core annoying player from game number 1, and this time they are going to go in for the invade. They're calling Prime Hashi a big chieftain really coming in, and also the I'm offended. They catch up Valentina, but however, Alora flickers out of that. He's going to be A-okay, and Miracle Gaming, they have expended every single thing, and they got nothing for it.
Yeah, the saving grace is that Zukarin secured his orange buff, but he is, again, a level behind Zayan. Prime Hashi getting forced back by Jirachi as well. Like you pointed out, ALVA 8 basically got out scot-free with absolutely no loss.
Oh, this is tough. This is very, very tough indeed. Corrosion Scythe already purchased up on Aaron Shiki, so he's gonna scale a little bit more with this Moskov. However, Prime Hashi opting to shift this rate once again. But the top side, they do get another kill on Aaron Shiki despite his itemizations. This is not looking good. He doesn't have shoes as well, so that means he is all glass cannon. And aside from that, this is gonna be easy pickings. However, I'm Offender comes in, could not sync up with the Tyrant's Revenge, so that is gonna be the disengage coming in. Do they want to force it? I don't think so.
And I just want to say, that's the second time in a row that Aaron Shiki lost a 1v1 to Sosa Toru. So, something that ALVA has to be really careful about. They are invading the purple buff once more. Prime Hashi, 1 versus 1 down bot. Vinsmoke gets the engage off. They will try to get Miracle Gaming MY out of the way, pinning him into the wall. They just need a bit of more damage for the final finishing touch, and they get it. Zayan finds that kill, and now he's looking to get out of this one, but he gets locked down. Zayan gets traded back. Killing spree for the Melissa, and in the meantime, Turtle secured by Zukarin.
Yeah, this is huge for Miracle Gaming. They needed to find this opportunity to actually get a kill off this, but ALVA 8, they overcommitted to stay. Like, they had the right knockdown, pin down, but it was just the wrong target. In this case, killing off Miracle Gaming is not exactly the most ideal situation. It allowed the Xavier to get free trade. It allowed Soul Soldier to get free hits all the way through, which kind of forced them in a very, very awkward position. And because of this, now the marksman Soul Sataru is 3-0-0 compared to Aaron Shiki is only 1-2-1. And as of yet, this is actually going to help Miracle Gaming scale a little bit better compared to the later stage game. However, the economy-wise is still pretty 50-50, so anything can still happen in this stage of the game.
And I just want to say that they committed people onto the top lane and they still lost the Moskov. At least he will get the Ruby, right? No, they can't get him. They committed both Eliora and Vinsmoke, and they still lost the Moskov.
Oh, feels bad for Aaron Shiki. I'm not gonna lie, he just doesn't have the mobility to survive this. Even that, the lockdowns coming from Miracle Gaming, once they catch you, it's nearly impossible to get out of it because of the Savior's stun as well as the Ruby. It's just so very difficult for the game to actually get out. And as of yet, this is pretty much a lost cause for the goal lane for ALVA 8. Meanwhile, Miracle Gaming, they will find a little bit glimmer of hope. Zion looking for the wraparound as well. The catch coming in from him is gonna force him out. Zukarin is going to steal the orange buff away. Now they're going to be forced to fight the issue, but now here comes from the backlines. Jirachi snipes off the roamer, and he's going to back off. Winsmoke, however, down towards the lowest health. They will also be traded off by Miracle Gaming.
They committed the whole team only to kill a tank. Now that bottom lane is open, Prime Hashi is going to get the tier 1 for free. Middle lane also getting pressure as well. ALVA 8 forced to defend this turret, and they lose side lane control. Miracle Gaming once more just winning that macro game.
Yeah, Prime Hashi is just, you know, forced to actually just split push all the way through. He's so far off. He's setting up for the Lord down, the Turtle down bottom, which is going to give them a little bit more upper edge, especially when Zukarin needs those level spikes. And as soon as I say this, Prime Hashi finally picks off the pesky Alora, finally dying for a second time, and now transitioning for a tier 2 in their favor as they continue to scale against ALVA 8.
We not only are witnessing a macro masterpiece from Miracle Gaming, they, to a certain extent, are winning individual lanes as well, right? I guess we see a very clear goal lane gap. The Moskov completely shut down, and now with all tier 1s destroyed, he has so less space to work with, but heavy spin used, trying to at least isolate the Ruby, but Miracle Gaming MY has the flicker, gets out.
Oh, nice attempt there coming from ALVA 8. However, it's just not enough as well because they need the damage output. And currently, Aaron Shiki just doesn't have the damage to do so. And Vinsmoke, he's got all this perfect setup to set up for the team. But Miracle Gaming, they are very quick to respond to this. Prime Hashi be playing a bit slow. It all comes down to the next engagement, and this, as of now, is going to be very difficult to do so because Zukarian is starting to scale a little bit harder towards this game compared to Zion now.
And he has completely recovered from all those effort for nothing. And oh no, Arashiki!
Oh no, not like this.
Oh no, caught out in the brush. Half a second made so much difference. Tier 2 is going to go down. Prime Hashi is zoning out the rest of ALVA 8. Vinsmoke is looking for an engage, misses, and now he's caught in between. They will pull him back, try to taunt him for a while. He's immobilized, locked down, rooted. Prime Hashi in the forefront. Jirachi forced to retreat as well. ALVA 8 just cannot do anything.
Yeah, there's just so much sustain on this Ruby as well, and it's ALVA 8, they need to find the perfect lockdown catch, and it's every single time Zion tries to make an attempt, Miracle Gaming is very smart in their position to just completely dodge the fight. They know for a fact that it's just not worth it trying to force a situation where it kind of benefits ALVA 8 a little bit more in terms of AoE control, CCs, etc. So even though they do have the damage to fight it, but it's just not worth the risk if everyone gets pinned by the heavy spin. As long as the heavy spin doesn't catch them off, they're going to be good. In this case, Zion going to be completely bullied out in this Lord contest, and just like that, they will just completely lose Lord control. However, saving grace coming for ALVA 8 is going to be trading tier 1 down bottom instead.
And Jirachi getting something done. And Miracle Gaming will have to reset that wave down bot, but in the grand scheme of things, they are in prime control. 3,000 gold advantage with the Lord in hand. Very much in the driver's seat, looking at that 2-0 sweep. And ALVA 8, like you pointed out, Darren, I mean, Zion, just very hard for him to find an engage. Xavier making life complicated. And with on top of that, Moskov needs so much more time. Miracle Gaming is just not giving him the space.
Yeah, he's got the shoes, he's looking for the DHS, but even with that, it's going to be very, very difficult because as of yet, Sosataru is looking for that 4-item progression, and this is difficult if you think about it. And now with the Lightning Truncate up on Loria, I don't think it's that much of an impact considering it is a Valentina. It's not that great of a damage boost compared to a Xavier, whereas this Xavier right now for Shiro is already way past beyond the damage as well. He's looking for the Enchanted Talisman purchase later on as well. Once that comes up, this Xavier is going to be popping Dawning Lights all the way through, and hopefully somehow ALVA 8 is going to be able to bounce back for this fight, because with the Lords crashing in, perfect synchronization coming from Rico MY is going to put them in awkward spot. Zion looking for a heavy spin. He has to sustain to do so. He's going to be fine, but with smoke, he gets a big catch, but there's no fallout. Instantly gets taunted, instantly gets bursted down. They almost lose Jirachi. Jirachi needs to survive this. No, he will not. And they will lose a 3-for-1 exchange, while Miracle Gaming will also continue their assault in tier 3, looking for a potential fight in the crystal. Do they get it? It seems like they do not want to take the risk in this engagement.
I just want to say, Vinsmoke jumps in, instantly gets pulled back by Miracle Gaming. And why? Taunted. While that was happening, Prime actually just leaps to the back line and assassinates the Moskov. You don't see that happening often. Miracle Gaming now have the numbers advantage, they have the space, mid inhibitor also taken out. This is just textbook Mobile Legends gameplay. I mean, as a Moskov, you are already 1-4 before that fight, and you see Alapu just leaping past the tier 3 and just dunks on you. That's how you know the game has completely spiraled out of control. ALVA 8 needs a stabilizer, but it really has to come from a godly engage. And even that, the best possible engage has been negated.
Yeah, Aaron Shiki is just not having the time of his life at all. He's just 2k behind the Melissa, who's currently 5-0-3, looking for the final item progression as well. And once that, I think it's going to be the winds of nature. I don't think Aaron Shiki can actually shut him down. In this case, the DHS already found a purchase for Aaron Shiki. I don't think it's going to be enough. They make an attempt onto his Prime Hashi, but do they even have to follow up the dude through? It seems like they would not. Dawning Light comes in. It's going to scare him off. Winsmoke is trying to steer life to actually set out and fight, but the Appraisal Wrath comes in.
Zion?
He won't get focused down, but back lines, finally, they won't get a little bit of a glimmer of hope, but Miracle Gaming just doing so much more damage, is so much a hit. Aaron Shiki finally gets his job done, but at the same time, it took him almost nearly forever, but he somehow still survives the pickup one by one, finally giving a little bit of space to do his job, and ALVA 8, they managed to equalize the score.
That is the neutralizer we've been looking for. Zion, full patience, waits for Miracle Gaming to shows up, finally gets the heavy spin that he's been looking for his entire series, pinning down Sol Satoru and allowing Arashiki to really go to town, and now they will be able to get this Lord. Miracle Gaming have no way to contest this, no retribution. They will try with the Dawning Light, Miracle Gaming MY showing some presence, but just no retribution for this one. ALVA 8 able to stabilize the game state.
Yep, good fight there coming from ALVA 8. Arashiki has been struggling all the way through, but the moment he had his DHS, he finally has just the right amount of damage to chip Zukaren away. So that's a little bit of a big win for them. But as soon as this happened, Miracle Gaming, from what seems to be a very dominant performance, just completely shattered. And let's take a look at the instant replay they're talking about as well, because this replay right here was a little bit awkward because it seems like ALVA 8, they had the initial engagement, but Winspoke was buying so much time. But as soon as they all clumped in, Zion was able, like you said as well, to completely isolate the fight into two and allowed Arashiki free reign to poke through all this fight to actually win the fight at all.
Yeah, and Zirachi also helped out as well, right? He dashed in with the final blow Electro into a Petrify. So you need just one more fight like that, and they might have found his Zukaren pinned to the wall, completely disintegrate. Shiro also goes down in the process. ALVA 8 has come back in this game, finally in the lead for the very first time in the series, looking to get more. Prime Hashi looking that flicker pull to Jirachi, wants to get out, but no, so Satoru finds that kill, but ALVA 8 still have the advantage. All the way to Sington, Arashiki looking for an inhibitor turret, should be able to find it up top. Miracle Gaming MY making there in time to prevent any sort of structure getting destroyed, but ALVA 8 have basically clawed their way back.
Yeah, Prime Hashi almost dying to the glowing one stick on Elora on top of it all. So it was still a nail-biting fight coming from Miracle Gaming, but ALVA 8's now feeling a little bit more confident now, considering that they do have the Moskov finally back online. And this is very important for them because the biggest objective right now is that if as long as Arashiki survives, they are going to be able to take some sort of fight. But if Miracle MY catches him, they're done for. Ivan now wants to use a heavy spin to disengage. He's getting a little bit greedy with this purple bond as he steals it.
No!
The spear coming from Shiki, stealing the purple bomb. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Some things are just not meant to be. Miracle Gaming, if you're taking hints right now, start to be aware. ALVA 8, they're doing things are turning in their favor.
What is going on?
And one of the prime issues that was ALVA 8 didn't have enough damage to kill off the front lines of Miracle Gaming in the first, 10 minutes, but now they have that damage. Now you can actually capitalize on that heavy spin, and ALVA 8 are taking more control of the map. Only 25 seconds until the next Lord. They're going to face check this one. Prime Haji, be careful though. Miracle Gaming coming in from the side as well. Two-man taunt with the Eye of Offended. Winspoke trying to get away. Jirachi also dropping low. Both the XP laner walking out with a slither of health, but Zukaren doesn't have the HP. Zion, he's coming out from the side. They managed to root him down just for a while. ALVA 8 looking for any sort of avenue. Zion not able to pin anyone to the wall. Miracle Gaming gets out.
Oh, that was so close. Miracle Gaming, if they did not have the conceal play, they would have just died then and there. But fortunately for them, they were able to disengage from that fight. But nevertheless, right now, Arashiki has got both the orange as well as purple buff. This is going to put this Moskov in a situation where he's going to get free attacks all the way through. But as soon as I say that, he does lose his buff. So he's going to be making one of the Lord. Miracle Gaming, they just got the full reset in. They have to force a fight. But this Moskov making quick work onto it. As well as Zion doing a fantastic job zoning them out. But eventually Winspoke from behind looking for the push. He's trying to bait Miracle Gaming back. And it seems like they are going to be taking the bait.
Hashi looking for the back line. They actually found a Moskov again. That is the guy that should not go down, but they might be damaged though. Miracle Gaming and Sol Satoru, they both went down. The Benedetta coming right through Veliora. ALVA 8 salvaging that fight. Could have been a disaster. Now they're back on the Lord.
Oh my goodness, that seems to be a very close one indeed. Dawning Light connects as well, not getting the kill. He needs a little bit more. But ALVA 8, once in a very, very awkward position, now in a even better position because now the face check coming from Prime Hashi is going to cost him his life. And Miracle Gaming, the 3-man down. ALVA 8 going to go for a little bit more fight. Jirachi pops the immortality and he is going to be able to respond towards this fight. And Miracle Gaming going to be losing out in so much damage. Jirachi getting the brute force breastplate. This is where Miracle Gaming will lose out in terms of damage output, just like that. What seems to be a favorable game now starting to turn into a disaster for Miracle Gaming.
Jirachi is going to be very happy with this game state. Finally get to play Mobile Legends the way he wanted. as a Benedetta, getting the most important kill in that game as well. You know, taking out Sosatoru, who is the prime damage dealer of the team. Zion face checking this brush, but no damage from Miracle Gaming. They have to defend the base.
Oh, this is tough. This is tough indeed, but you hate to see it, especially for Miracle Gaming fans. But as of yet, ALVA 8 has got to be counting their lucky stars. This is the lower brackets elimination for you guys, man. All decks, all the cards faced up, but speak of the devil, Sukarian now gonna get caught up with the heavy spin. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. They pick him up, but however, a big catch from Sotaru just shuts him back down, takes down Winspo, scares off Jirachi. They will somehow hold on. Dawning Light doesn't connect once again, but they still need to defend against the Lord ALVA 8. They're trying to make the best out of the sticky situation. Zion dropped out pretty low. Can they get more? No, they cannot. They just do not have the conditions to do so.
Thankfully for Prime Hashi, securing that kill with the Chieftain's Rage, but they still lost 2 inhibitor turrets. So all things considered, ALVA 8 getting a better trade as well, and Jirachi, throughout all that fight, didn't even bother joining. He cuts that bot wave, takes the bot inhibitor, and now this is the worst case scenario for Miracle Gaming. You have them inhibitor turret, but your side lanes are going to get continuously pushed in as the Lord will spawn in the next 70 seconds. ALVA 8 have gotten full map control.
Oh, this is huge for Shiro right now. He just got his Divine Glaive. This is where the Xavier will start to hurt a little bit more. He was lacking in terms of damage multiple times with this Dawning Light, but with this final Divine Glaive, hopefully it is going to be enough to scare off ALVA 8. But like I said as well, the bigger objective for Miracle Gaming to win this fight is to make sure that Aaron Shiki gets taken out first. If he survives, there's no hope for Miracle Gaming. So they need to find an opportunity for this right now. And hopefully, with the Xavier Dominant Light, it is going to get Aaron Shiki low enough for kill threshold for them to allow the big jump. But it's going to be tough because as of yet, look at Winspoke's position. He is in a very awkward angle, but he is going to be looking to punish Sosataru as much as they can. However, the hook comes in, heavy spin will be expended, but it's all been a bait from ALVA 8. Dawning Light comes in, finally scouts out a couple members from ALVA 8, but that seems to be the disengagement coming from Miracle Gaming.
ALVA 8 needs to buy time for the heavy spin to come back up, and Jirachi is doing exactly that. He's going to shove that top wave as the Lord spawns. Miracle Gaming, they're looking for control, but they're not going to find anything. Prime Hashi needs to be careful. They're going to use the conceal right into the brush and the counter conceal, but the flicker forward, they get the taunt! That is the fight! That is Aaron Shiki gone! Miracle Gaming making the god call of this game, but they need to make haste. Look at the top wave. Jirachi has shoved it in. It forces Karen to recall. They cannot contest this ball, but they snipe Finsmoke across the map. Now Jirachi, he has to join the fight. Terrify is used as well. Jirachi from the back. Can he get final blow? Lacto completely whiffing. Prime Hashi in the front. Lord getting engaged on. Miracle Gaming keeping ALVA 8 far away from this objective. Zukaren is walking there with the retribution. Dawning Light used again. Prime Hashi doing a fantastic job. Miracle Gaming back in the game with his Lord.
This is exactly what they needed as well. It's all go time for Miracle Gaming. They found Aaron Shiki, and because of that, ALVA 8 now has no choice but to buy time. But for how long? Shiki for them now is 5 seconds on the sidelines. The Lord's going to be pushing in. He's going to be A-okay. It's not the end of the road. They still got a lot of room with. However, if you are Miracle Gaming's fans, this is something that I think it's the most beneficial situation here. Now, ALVA 8, they're forced to go for immortalities and switch up to survive this because anyone past 20 minutes, if they die, it's over. Heavy spin being expended right now as well. They catch one, but do they finish off Miracle Gaming and why? They burn out the first immortality. Can he get the kill? Yes, they can, and now they bounce back 4v5. Miracle Gaming is going to be pushed back.
Yeah. That is the immortality gone. That is Ruby out for 45 seconds. ALVA 8 have a huge window. Push that mid-wave in, clear out the side lanes. They even kept that top inhibitor turret healthy. So Karen, you gotta be really careful right now. ALVA 8 able to stabilize the game. Basically, Miracle Gaming, all they got was a neutralizer. No advantage out of that one. Zion very far forward. Zukaren also forced to relinquish control of their own jungle. ALVA 8 back in the driver's seat. All the lanes are pushing in.
Yeah, despite having the Divine Glaive up on Shiro, it feels like he's not doing enough in the final item. Seems like Aaron Shiki does have the Athena shield alongside with Zion, so this is going to put Aaron Shiki in a very awkward position. He has a sustains, but does he have the damage? But it seems like they might have as well, because now here comes the attack. They get a nice taunt on Jirachi. He goes for the INVICTUS, gets out. Prime Hashi tries to re-engage as well. Winspoke completely misses the Tyrant Rage. However, Shiki, he's left alone. He got caught out, and the rest of the team completely bailed out on the side. He tried to go for a snake as well, but no, it's not going to be enough. Miracle Gaming, they take him out. 54 seconds on the sidelines, and this time ALVA 8 will be pushed back as Miracle Gaming is going to hold on. Malefic raw switch ups for the side of Aaron Shiki, but his mistake was his positioning, and Miracle Gaming was able to capitalize and punish that.
Try to explain this to me, Fred. Why was Aaron Shiki in that position of all places on the map? I struggle to understand the train of thoughts, but thankfully they had all the ways pushed in, so not a lot was lost. All they relinquished was a bit of map control. Aaron Shiki will be back up in time, but you cannot make mistakes like that as a Moskov. You cannot leave yourself in the open. The team retreated, but Aaron Shiki stayed in the line of sight of a Ruby. I mean...
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough, but as of yet, Shiki now 2 seconds on the sidelines. They push back to the space of ALVA 8. However, Miracle Gaming, they have to play the safe approach. They've got all the lanes shoved in, but the Lord is going to be up and coming from both sides. ALVA does have a lot of immortalities up, so Miracle Gaming, they cannot afford to commit to this fight, knowing that if they make one wrong move, it's it for them. While ALVA 8 has got the biggest defense right now, so Totaro just got his reset on his immortality, but that's only 1 against 4 coming from ALVA 8, so it's just not worth it. Keeping the lane check is going to be the way to go, but guess what? Pay attention to the minimap. It seems like they're looking to have Aaron Shiki potentially snipe the crystal away from Miracle Gaming, and they realize that this is potentially happening. They concede Lord control, and they are going to be forced to back out for now.
One thing to note is that Aaron Shiki has no immortality because he got caught in the base just now. So if he gets caught one more time, he is gone. He only has the Trunket to keep him alive. Now a potential engage from Winspoke. Can they at least get a pickup? Yes, they do onto Miracle Gaming. Heavy spin used as well. Aaron Shiki dealing with that mid-wave. Miracle Gaming, do they still want to continue this fight? There's no opening. Less than a minute for Miracle Gaming to come back to life. ALVA 8 have all the things that they need to get this Lord.
Oh, this 24 minutes Luminous Lord is going to be very difficult to mow down. They still have an opportunity, but they just didn't want to risk it. They've got more immortalities, but finally Miracle Gaming, they say they've got 3 immortalities to contest this, and they may consider fighting this as well. Zukarin waiting for a right time at his first start as well. Nodding like connects on 3, but it's not huge enough. But here, Jirachi starting with Electro final blow. He gets hunted out as well. He might actually die. That's going to be the first immortality burned out as well. He finally goes down in the hands of Melissa. He gets 1. He's looking for a second one. However, it's going to be Allura that shuts him down. Nodding like doesn't finish from Winspoke, but the Lord still standing with 10 HP left. But on the bottom lane, we do see a contest from Aaron Shiki. They might lose the Lord, but they're holding for the dear life. Zukarin doesn't have the retribution, but he messes it up. And it's going to be stolen by Zion as well. He might lose his life, and he will lose his life. Well, ALVA 8 takes 4 for 1. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Aaron Shiki tried his best to rat the crystal. Unfortunately, didn't work out in their favor, because in the midst of all this confusion, Miracle Gaming will have to defend and split their focus. But with this play, 3v2, everyone's on the sidelines. Do they have the damage to break through the crystal with half HP left? The Lord knocking in. Miracle Gaming's got to throw bodies for this as well. With Shiro dropping a couple HPF, it feels like they need to find a way to stop this aggression, and it's going to be a very difficult defense.
Yeah, 10 seconds for Sosatoru. But I don't know if they have enough though. Winspoke, he's just got to keep Shiro away. Eliora, he's looking at something. Dawning Light is used as well. Miracle Gaming, MY, he has the immortality. He's going to come back to life, but they will start knocking at the crystal. There's just not enough damage to stop this one. ALVA 8 clawing back from the jaws of elimination to take game number 2. And I just want to put it out there. Miracle Gaming, remember this number. 69 was the health of the Lord. The Zukarin clip secured, but he didn't get it. And that was how much health the Lord has in that final moments of this game.
Oh, it was so difficult, because Miracle Gaming, they had 2 choices: defend the base or steal the Lord. Either or, they had to shift their focus